Hi, I'm Empty Pockets and welcome to Pockets World. As mentioned in my last video, I'm in the Bedrock world ready to build the chicken farm. So let's jump straight in and see what we're dealing with. This is the footprint of the actual farm. The grey blocks in the centre are the footprint of the mechanical part of the farm that actually produces the cooked chicken. The yellow and white blocks outside of that grey area are the aesthetic walls. However, I want to emulate the one in Java, therefore I've added a frontage to it so that I can put a little shop. The items you're going to need for the mechanical part of this build are 4 barrels, 3 hoppers, 2 dispensers, 1 slab, 1 bucket of lava, 1 comparator, 1 observer, up to 4 pieces of redstone, depending on which way you want to build this, but minimum of 3. And again, up to 2 blocks of your choice, as long as they're not flammable, depending on which version you wish to build. Start by placing 4 barrels in an L shape. In the back of these 2 barrels you want 2 hoppers, 1 in there and 1 in there. On this middle hopper here you want a dispenser. For now I'm going to put another one up here. In the back of this bottom dispenser you want your last hopper. Out of that hopper you want a comparator. On top of that comparator shift click an observer, like so. If you're building the original, you need a block or a stair or a slab here so that the redstone travels from here, here and here, which enables the observer signal to trigger both these at the same time. However, I've made a slight improvement, I think, in putting a solid block on that dispenser by shift clicking it, a solid block next to it, a temporary block, and sticking a dispenser there. That way your redstone goes this way. Let's shift click that onto the dispenser there. That's the 4 pieces of redstone. Because this redstone touches this block, it sends a signal through the block to this dispenser, which fires any eggs that it has in there. It also fires a lava blade out of this. The lava goes in this top dispenser, and it saves the hassle of having a half slab or a step down here. We can hide that shortly. This middle barrel is for eggs. As is the middle hopper. Once they are full, any eggs coming through from the chickens, which are housed here, drop into this hopper, go into this, and are fired out through this dispenser onto that half slab there. Once the chicks grow up, any lava blade coming through here will cook the adult chickens. They will drop through here into this barrel here, along with feathers. Manually take the feathers from here to this barrel here, and you've got a spare barrel for whatever you want here. That is the working part of this farm complete. Unfortunately, because of this being a lava blade rather than a cauldron of lava, you cannot use flammable blocks anywhere near it. So I'm going to use mud bricks instead. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a layer down at the bottom there. Same this side, and again across the top here. And down here, we want 1, 2, and in this side, we'll put in a brick chimney. Take that up a little way yet. In this side, I want to put in some stone, like so, and again here. And across here, I want to put in upside down stairs, like so. Temporarily remove that piece of redstone and that piece of redstone and put in a temporary block. I'm not sure about the numbers these days, but when I last played Bedrock, I put in about 8 to 10 chickens in here, and that was more than enough for my survival needs. However, I am not 100% sure that's still the case. So, in this edition, I'm going to put in 24, just like Java. I wouldn't go above 30 these days. Back when I first did this in 1.16, I could put as many chickens in there as I wanted and it would all work fine. However, I don't think that's the case nowadays. So I wouldn't go above 30. I'm going to stick in 24. That should be more than enough for my needs. How you get your chickens in there in survival is bring them up and put 2 or 3 in, then breed them and let them grow up. Or if you've got a small chicken pen somewhere, collect enough eggs and throw them in. Eventually you'll end up with 24. If anyone on Bedrock can give me the numbers for this, it would be appreciated. To the top of that, stick a light block. I'm going to use mushroom blocks. Take out your temporary blocks and replace the redstone here and here. That's your chickens in there, and that is now up and running. All you got to do now is wait for this to fill up and the chickens to come through here. My next part here is you can put a glass block if you so wish. It's totally up to you, but I prefer putting a trapdoor right there. That way I can feed any chicks that come through here and help them grow up. Word about this slab. It can only be a slab. I've tried using a stone cutter in here. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. Aesthetically, it looks great, but because it's slightly higher than the slab, the chicks tend to burn in the lava blade fires, and you end up with nothing. So, slab only. The rest you can leave as is. This up here, I'm going to put in shelf on each of those. That hides all this behind here. It looks a bit more like an industrial kitchen, and I think it actually suits it. That just fired some eggs, or a egg. I didn't realise that did that. No matter, it's fine because these chickens aren't going to escape. And you've already got 4 eggs in there. There's filling up already. If you want to remove that and put glass block in, that's fine. Next up is to put a light there as well. That way that chamber's always lit up. I'm going to take these 3 blocks out here and replace them with a mud block this side, a rooted dirt this side, and a coarse dirt this side. That keeps that in keeping with the rest of it then. If you want just the smaller part of the farm, then use because of this light in here, you don't actually need to fill it up. Okay, I've gone and stuck a roof on the thing, just a basic roof, because I can't really put a trim round this size roof. Then I've just made it one colour. I've stuck the fire on top of the chimney, and that's about it. That's the smallest version of this farm, basically. It's tiny in comparison to what they used to be. Now I want to extend this out so it looks like the one in Java. So I'm going to take all this off. Once that's done, I'll build the rest and bring you back in. As you can see, I've completed the build. If you want the actual build like this, then please take a look at the Java video, which will be linked on the end cards. I'll showcase what I've done here. I've put in item frames and put the items that relate to each barrel. The eggs are there, the little dude's hiding it. I put a bed down there so they can sleep. I've put in the extra bits like around the side here and here, so it gives it a bit more character. Put some grass in there and this side. Put the chimney on up there, and I've got the little dude in there. He was a pain to get in there, but eventually managed it. Yes, I got this one from the village down there. As you can see, we've got a full barrel of eggs now. And while I was building this, the chickens started coming through, the chicks, and I've now got some chicken in here with feathers. I'll remove the feathers at a later date. But that's the build. I came up with this design in 1.16 and, well, to date it's never failed me. However, I've not played Bedrock for at least 12 months, so if you have any issues, let me know in the comments and I will try and sort them right away. So testing on this world doesn't seem to be any issue. So if you've enjoyed this video, please smash that like button, certainly leave a comment as I do appreciate both, and consider subscribing. That would be a tremendous help to my channel. So until next time, take care, bye.